Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, so welcome back to the Baseball Head. Hope you like this video. Smash that subscribe button. So before we get into this video, understand this is the last day of that same video that you've been watching at the end of this video, but there'll be a new one coming up tomorrow. And what's in that video? Well, funny you should ask. I'm trying to get a lot of subscribers on this channel, and I've been going through the numbers for quite a few months, and I just want to make you all aware of it. So many people come in here and watch video, and they don't drop the subscribe button. They don't hit it. They don't become a member. They don't want to be a subscriber. And if you come in here all the time, it makes no sense to leave and then come back. And I do videos all the time, so you don't have to go searching. If you're doing a search, you could just become a member, and you'll get regular videos here. And I'm an original thinker. I'm not like the other people online. And I would mention that I am really the first Mets fans YouTuber. I was doing Mets videos on this platform as far back as 2018. So I've been doing videos on the Mets quite a few years. And those videos are long gone, but on different channels. But I've been doing videos on this channel since 2020, and really focused in on our Mets, our favorite team, America's team, the New York Mets. So please, if you're coming back for, after, being here yesterday or being here last week or a month ago, just hit the subscribe button, or even like 60 days ago. I would hope that you subscribe and you stay. I want you to stay. That's the most important thing I want people to do, is subscribe to the channel and stay. And if you're a new subscriber, hit the subscribe button too. I'd like to be able to get to 6,000 subscribers by next week. The pace that the channel had been going this week, there's an outside chance the channel might hit 6,000 next week. But we'll see, and that's all up to me, and of course it's up to you. But we have a rumor here, and it's a report. And we know that there was a big news item that happened, and I'll get to that in the second part of this video. But here we go from SI.com. New York Mets are interested in outfielder Jurickson Profar. Free agent outfielder Jurickson Profar is on the Mets' radar and could be an option. They don't wind up re-signing first baseman Pete Alonso. Okay, see what this has to say. Now again, please like the video, share it. Very important. New York Mets made the biggest noise in their this year's free agency period, signing of outfielder Juan Soto to a record 15-year, $765 million contract. As the team and homegrown first baseman Pete Alonso appear to be parting ways, the Mets could move their attention toward free agent outfielder Jurickson Profar. I would mention, I'll have another update on Pete tomorrow morning. There might be, well, we'll see, But that's why you got to subscribe, because I'll have plenty of stuff. I don't do reports. I'm not a reporter, so I'll talk about anything here, anything that's fun or rumors or whatever. The Mets have shown interest in Profar for most of the offseason, as reported by MLB insider Robert Murray of Fansided. Profar would add considerable experience and depth to an already deep Mets outfield that has a number of solid options on the roster. Along with Soto, the Mets featured Tyrone Taylor, Jesse Winker, Starling Marte, Jose Siri, and Brandon Nimmo, and Jose Azucar on the 40-man roster. Should the Mets sign Profar, the club could wind up trading an outfielder prior to opening day. Starling Marte is currently a backup outfielder and right-handed DH option to complement the lefty-hitting Jesse Winker. Mets have explored a trade for Marte this offseason and are willing to pay down a portion of his contract in order to move him, as Pat Ragazzo of Mets on SI has reported. Easy for me to say, Easy for me to say. Sheesh. Perhaps you don't read right the first time around. Profar, as you know, if you don't know, he was he was the number one prospect 10 years ago. And he became a journeyman. That's what's so crazy about baseball, is you get these guys, they come up to the major leagues with all this hype, and they just fizzle, or they just don't have any fulfillment. Now, he played last year and was an all-star. He had a great year last year. He's bounced around. Let me read you some of the teams that in this article they talk about where he's been. Texas, the A's, the Padres, we know, the Rockies, been everywhere. He's coming off a career season in 2024, slashing 280, 380 on base, 459 slugging percentage with career best 839 OPS, 24 home runs, and 85 RBIs. He also made his first All-Star appearance and won his first Silver Slugger Award as well. He turns 32 years old next month. Would be a strong addition to the Mets on a short-term deal. A one-year deal would be what they would do. And he has played everywhere. He's played first, second, third, short, all the outfield positions other than catcher. He's been everywhere. So he's got a lot of versatility. He's not the strongest defender. That's the one thing. I would, and to me, I wouldn't have a problem bringing him in as well as having Pete Alonso back. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Also, I'd mention the Mets have sort of a void to a certain degree of veteran leadership, especially if they lose Pete Alonso. And even if they don't lose Pete, if Pete decides to come back, they could use another guy in that clubhouse that's a sort of a leader type of guy that can kind of, he wouldn't have to be an everyday player. It could be just sort of a role player. I mentioned this in the video the other day, and that's Justin Turner. I'm not the biggest Justin Turner fan, but he would provide some leadership here, especially for the younger guys that Mets have, like Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty especially, and of course Luis Angel Cunha and Ryan Mauricio. He would provide a very strong leadership role with the Mets if he were to come in here. I haven't heard his name attached to the Mets, but I was just throwing that idea out there. I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. I just want to sort of elaborate more. And you can play him at first a little bit, first, second, third, you DH him. Whether he want to be basically do what he did when he was here the first time around, be sort of the last guy on the bench. I don't know, and here's the thing, Iglesias is 35 years old, but I can get more offense out of Justin Turner, who's a little bit older, and I can always play Acuna as my backup shortstop at this point. So now we're going to go on to the next part of this video. Now the big news today, folks, is that Tanner Scott signed a contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now the Mets supposedly were talking to him. They were interested in him. But they were not going to give him what he got from the Dodgers. The Dodgers gave him 4 years for $72 million. The Mets were never going to give him that. The one thing, the history of David Stearns is that he does not give long-term deals to relievers. He had an opportunity to do that with Josh Hader with Milwaukee. Traded him to San Diego. Didn't think twice about it. And when the media asked him, he said, I can't do it because it hurts the future of his ball club. And I would mention that they did not really skip a beat after he left. That half season in 22 when they moved him, because he was their best player, they got completely destroyed. But the last 2 years, the Brewers finished in first. So he kind of did the right thing for his organization, even though it was a short-term pain for fans and the team, because the team was very mad. But Tanner Scott was never going to get 4 years. The Mets signed, as you know, A.J. Minter. And Minter's come in here, and he's going to be the setup man. He's going to be the setup man for Edwin Diaz. And he's going to do a good job. I mean, he's coming off a hip surgery, but he's been a very good reliever for a long time. And I expect a lot of good things out of A.J. Minter. He doesn't walk anybody. Tanner Scott walks a lot of batters. But be that as it may, and they gave him a 2-year, $22 million contract, which is reasonable. Giving Tanner Scott $72 million over 4 years for a guy who's 31 years old is ridiculous at this point in the history of baseball. This is not 20 years ago when these guys could last because they're all on all kind of fake stuff. But this is the money, folks. This is the amount of money that is being deferred by the Dodgers over the next several years. And from what I've seen, is $1.375 billion is being deferred. 10 years down the line. 7 to 10 years down the line. Let me read you just some of the numbers on my screen, or the screen here, if you will. Here is the numbers. Shohei Ohtani, $680 million. That bulk will be paid when his contract is up. Mookie Betts, $115 million. Blake Snell, $66 million. Freddie Freeman, $57 million. Will Smith, the catcher, $50 million. Tommy Edman, $25 million. Teoscar Hernandez, $23.5 million. Tanner Scott, $21 million. Now, when Steve Cohen took over the Mets. They knew he was going to spend a lot of money. They created the Cohen tax. Okay? There's been no outrage from Major League Baseball about the amount of money that the Dodgers have been spending. And they're getting away with it. All the money is backloaded. It's not front-loaded. Because if you front-load a lot of this money, even half of this money is $500 million, almost $750 million. That kind of makes it difficult for you to make moves in the front end. So say you need to get a guy that's making $40 million over 2 years, and you bring him in, and right before the pennant drive, right before the deadline, in July, you don't worry about it. Okay, then you can take that contract, and it'll help you. So they're kind of doing this sort of shell game where they kick the can down the road. And I've said in videos that they're going to sell this team. I mean, and there is a clause in Ohtani's contract about Friedman that if he leaves before the end of that contract, he gets to leave. He's got an opt-out. So once he's gone, when Friedman's gone, folks, this whole house of cards will collapse. Now, if this were the New York Mets, and I've said this many times, the Mets would have to pay through the nose on luxury taxes and all this stuff. This is crazy. $1.3 billion being spent later on so they can do all this nonsense and basically dominate the sport. Once the New York Mets begin to do stuff like that, folks, it's going to put the kibosh on all this spending that the Dodgers have been. And the funny thing is that every July 1st, the Mets always get made fun of when it comes to the deferred money that the Mets are paying Bobby Bonilla. But that's only $1.2 million every year he gets, the next 6 or 7 years that he has left on it. And these assholes are doing this, and nobody says anything. The hypocrisy. Well, anyway. Again, at the end of this video, I outline the numbers of the people coming into the channel, either be new viewers and past viewers who have not subscribed. Please subscribe. A couple of things. It'll improve the visual part of this video, the videos that I have for you. It'll improve, of course, the sound quality. And of course, I have memberships here, and I want to get a computer to become a member of the channel. Those memberships go directly into buying that computer and whatever systems I can get with it. So I need about another 20 to 30 people to come in and become memberships. I got a very low amount of money. I hope I don't have to create another tier for you. I'd rather not have to do that. But right now it's one tier and one tier only. And hopefully you become a member. Most importantly, and you get to see the numbers right after this. Most importantly, I need you to hit the subscribe button. If you've been coming here a lot, just hit the subscribe button. That way you get notifications. And there's a lot of money on the table for me. That is potential money. Advertisers will see that the channel's growing larger and quicker. And it'll help facilitate a bigger, better channel for your host and better videos for you. So it's a win-win situation really for everybody. I don't look at, and I've said in other videos, this is my business, okay? I have fun talking about it, and this is supposed to be fun for all of us. And I'm doing a great job, I think, being funny and being entertaining for you. But I need your help. Just subscribe for the most part. And a lot of people, I will say, have been leaving a lot of great comments, and I really appreciate it. It's another way to support the channel, too. There's leaving great comments, because that pushes the video out even further. So, thank you for watching this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come, and I'll see you later. Now every video I do, I talk about how much I need subscribers to come on here and watch. And I was going through the numbers, and it's rather interesting that so many people do not subscribe to this channel. And if you're watching this video, you're watching the end of this video, I talk about what I need you to do. There's so many people come in here, and I appreciate people watching, but I really need you to subscribe, because this is a channel that sort of needs to be a little bit, needs to be bigger, quite frankly. But I was going through the numbers, and this is rather interesting. I have an app on my phone, and it's called the YouTube Creators app. And it gives you an idea of where you are as a channel. And, you're able to track things and be able to figure out how many subscribers you get a month, how many, how much money you bring in. And it's great. But I was going through the viewers, the audience, and I get thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people coming in here and watching the channel. And quite frankly, so many people don't subscribe. Let me just run down some numbers here. We all love baseball, so you're going to like the numbers. Over the last 7 days, starting on January 13th, 2025, I have brought in 81 subscribers. Pretty good. But this channel has about 5,700, soon to be 5,800 subscribers. But we've had 6,700 people return. So there's about 1,000 people, I'm assuming, that hasn't subscribed. Please subscribe. And there have been new people coming in. About 1,700 people, close to 1,800 people, have come in that are new people. So over the last 7 days, this is just the last week, 8,500 people have come in, and your host has only gotten 81 subscribers. You have to subscribe. It's very meaningful to me. It brings in a lot more people in, and it's not just, I think that, I don't know much about this. I'm starting to learn. Every day you learn more every day about YouTube. But the one thing I've noticed is that when you get a boost, and the next boost is 7,500, the money tends to go up. Now I'm trying to really do different things here, trying to get a computer, and I've been asking people to become members, and people have become members, but I need a little bit more from people watching. Over the last 28 days, I brought in 295 subscribers. The month's been very good. Now, the month of December is very strong. Returning people, you won't believe this. Over 16,000 people returning. And out of the 5,700, 11,000 have not subscribed. Please subscribe. New people. We've had about 12,000 people come in that are new. And out of the two numbers, that's 28,000 people have watched videos over the last 28 days. And the channel's only brought in 295 subscribers. Over the last 90 days, this is the last 3 months, we've had 24,000 people return. So we're talking about 19,000 people have not subscribed. So if you watch the videos, there's no reason not to subscribe, especially if you're returning. And 36,000 people are new over the last 90 days. Incredible numbers. That's basically an average of 12,000 people per month. That's new. That's new. And obviously the overall number is 60,000 people. 60,000 people have come in to watch this channel, and only 639 people have subscribed. There's no reason not to subscribe to this channel. I do daily videos. I'll do as many live streams as I would like, but I'm busy and I got a lot of responsibility, so it makes it difficult. But you need to subscribe. It'll really expand this channel, and this is the best mess channel. And the reason being is very simple. Very simple. I'm way ahead of the curve when it starts talking about things. Your host was the first to discuss the Mets possibly putting Brandon Nimmo as a designated hitter. You're starting to see that. I'm also a person from 4 years ago that predicted the Mets were going to make a trade for Francisco Lindor. So I've been very much ahead of the game in terms of discussing what's going on with our favorite team, the Mets. And I talk about all the teams here for the most part. So it's not just a Mets channel, but it's also a baseball channel. So I would hope and I would really pray that you subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me and my family. And it's a way to sort of expand more, help me get a computer, get the computer much faster than I've been trying to do it. We're getting there, but I need more help, and I need you to subscribe. So thank you, and I'll see you later.